Preventive levels and interventions. Primordial and primary prevention in that health promotion. Measures directed to pregnant and lactating women, education, distribution and supplementation, promotion of breastfeeding, development of low cost weaning foods. The child should be made to eat more food at frequent intervals. Measures to improve family diet and nutritional education in that promotion of correct feeding practices, home economics, family planning and spacing of births and family environments. Then specific protection include the child's diet must contain protein and energy rich foods, milk, egg, fresh fruits should be given if possible, and immunization. Then coming to food fortification. Secondary prevention include early diagnosis and treatment. In that, periodic surveillance, early diagnosis of any lag in the growth, early diagnosis and treatment of infections and diarrhea, development of programs for early rehydration of children with diarrhea, and development of supplementary feeding programs during epidemics, and deworming of heavily infected children. And tertiary prevention include rehabilitation. In that, nutritional rehabilitation services, hospital treatment, follow-up care. The preventive measures, there is no simple solution to the problem of the PEM. Many types of the actions are necessary. The preventive measures can be distributed in following ways. The prevention at different levels. Prevention at family level. In that, encourage the exclusive breastfeeding of infants for first 4 to 5 years completely, and additional nutritive supplementation introduced by age of 4 to 5 months. As much as milk, meat, eggs and foods of biological value as family can afford should be offered, and adequate immunization. Preventive measures are taken at family level. Then coming to the preventive measures at international level. In that, food and nutrition are global problems. International cooperation in solving problem of malnutrition, playing important role in mitigating the effect of acute emergency caused by floods and droughts, and multilateral coordinations with organizations such as WHO, FAO, UNICEF, World Bank and UNDP, etc. These preventive measures are at international level. Then coming to preventive measures at national level. In that, good nutritional planning, implementation and also evaluate the success, nutritional rehabilitation services and nutritional intervention programs such as distribution of iron and folic acid tablets to pregnant mother, and good nutritional supplementation strategy, and rural development and stabilization of population, and diet and nutrition surveys should be carried out, and increase the agricultural food production and appropriate fortification and formulations. Then nutritional surveillance to detect the cause, character and magnitude of nutritional problems, etc. These are the preventive measures at national level. Then in that, food fortification, iodination of salts, supplementation of vitamin A and distribution of iron, folic acid, etc. Anthropometric assessment of the developing children as such as weight, height, mid-arm circumference, head circumference and weight for height, etc. Then coming to preventive measures at community level. In that, promotion of health through health interventions and education in community to reduce the malnutrition, non-formal education for preschool age children, lactating mother and pregnant women, then nutritional education and mass communicative approaches, early detection of malnutrition and interventions, and vigorous promotion of family planning and income generation activities. Then coming to ICDS, Integrated Child Development Services, and restriction of feeding in fever and diarrhea should be encouraged, and maternal care and antenatal postnatal visits also plays a role to minimize or prevent the malnutrition. Equal distribution of nutritive foods among male and female children and minimize or keep far from maternal malnutrition and other infections such as diarrhea, TB and malaria, etc. Then coming to inpatient treatment of severe acute malnutrition. In the 10 steps to recover in malnutrition children, in the 2 phases are there. Initiative stabilization, that is 2 to 7 days, and a rehabilitation phase is several weeks take place. Then coming to time frame for 10 steps. Our stabilization time is 1 to 2 days or days 3 to 7. Rehabilitation is 2 to 6 weeks. Include hypoglycemia, hypothermia, dehydration, electrolytes, infection and micronutrients, no iron, without iron, and caution feeding, catch up growth and sensory stimulation. Then coming to finally prepare for follow-up. Then in that the first step is prevent and treat the hypoglycemia. Blood glucose is less than 54 mg per dl. If cannot be measured, assume hypoglycemia, treat asymptomatic. 50 ml of 10% glucose or sucrose solution orally or nasogastric tube. And feed with starter 75 per ml second hourly. Then coming to symptomatically, 10% dextrose IV 5 ml per kg and follow with 50 ml of 10% glucose or sucrose solution nasogastric and feed with starting feed is 75 second hourly and start appropriate antibiotics and prevention is include feed second hourly starting immediately and prevent hypothermia. And coming to step 2, prevention and treatment of hypothermia. In that rectal temperature is less than 35.5 or 95.5 degrees Fahrenheit or axillary temperature is less than 35 or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Treatment is clothe the child with warm cloths and provide heat. Avoid rapid rewarming, feed the children and give appropriate antibiotic. Coming to step 3, in the treatment and prevention of dehydration, assume all SAM with watery diarrhea to have some dehydration. Hypovolemia can coexist with edema. The treatment is use reduced osmolality, ORS with potassium supplements for rehydration and maintenance, and initiate the feeding within 2 to 3 hours of starting rehydration with 75 formula on alt hours with reduced osmolality ORS. Be alert for signs of the over rehydration. Hence, in that F75 formula means this is the one of the milk powder. It is used to prevention of the malnutrition in the children. F75 formula powder is mixed in the water and give to the children second hourly. It can reduce the malnutrition. Then coming to step 4, correct electrolyte imbalance. Supplement potassium and at least 2 weeks and on day 1 50% of MgSO4 IM once and thereafter give extra Mg, and excess body sodium exists even though plasma sodium may be low, and prepare food without adding salt. Coming to step 5, in the treat and prevent the infections. Multiple infections common. Usual signs of infection such as fever often absent. Majority of bloodstream infection due to gram-negative bacteria, and assume serious infections and treat. Hypoglycemia and hypothermia are markers of severe infections. Then coming to the treatment. Ampicillin IV for at least 2 days or oral amoxicillin, and IV gentamicin or amikacin for 7 days. If no improvement within 48 hours, give IV ceftoxime or ceftriaxone. Then coming to prevention, in that follow standard precautions like hand hygiene, give measles vaccines if greater than 6 months and not immunized, or if the child is more than greater than 9 months. Then coming to step 6, in that correct the micronutrients deficiency. Use up to twice the RDA of various vitamins and minerals. RDA means recommended dietary allowance. Then coming to on day 1, vitamin A oral and folic acid 1 mg per day and copper 0.2 to 0.3 mg per kg per day, iron 3 mg per kg per day. Once child starting gaining weight after stabilization phase. Coming to step 7, in that initiate the refeeding. Initiate feeding as soon as possible as frequent small feeds. If unable to take orally or nasogastric feeds, total fluid recommendation is 130 ml per kg per day, reduced to 100 ml per kg per day if there is a severe or generalized edema. Continuous breastfeeding ad libitum. Start with F75 starter feeds second hourly. F75 contains 75 kilocalories per 100 ml with 1 gram protein per 100 ml. If persistent diarrhea, cereal based low lactose F75 diet as started diet. And if diarrhea is continuous on low lactose diets, give F75 lactose free diet. Coming to step 8, achieve catch up growth. Once appetite returns in 2 to 3 days, encourage higher feeds, increase volume offered in each feed, and decrease the frequency of feeds to 6 feeds per day. Continuous breastfeeding on demand. Make a gradual transition from F75 to F10 diet. F75 or F10, F100 means this is a milk powder. It is used for prevention of severe acute malnutrition. F100 contains F100 kilocalories per 100 ml with 2.5 to 3 grams protein per 100 ml. Increase calories to 150 to 200 kilocalories per kg per day and protein to 4 to 6 grams per kg per day, and add complementary foods as soon as possible to prepare the child for home foods at discharge. Coming to step 9, provide sensory stimulation and add emotional support. A cheerful and stimulating environment is appropriate. Structured play therapy for at least 15 to 30 minutes per day is appropriate physical activity as soon as the child is well enough, and tender loving care. Then coming to step 10, prepare for follow-up after recovery. Said to have recovered when weight for height is 90% of National Child Health Surveillance median and has no edema. Primarily, failure to respond if failure to gain appetite by day 4 and failure to start losing edema by day 4, presence of edema on day 10, failure to gain at least 5 grams per kg per day by day 10, and secondary failure to respond if failure to gain at least 5 grams per kg per day consecutive days during the rehabilitation phase. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel and like. Thank you.